How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to In the Shed. It's your host with the most, the boy Hancer. You already know where we are, or do you know where we are? We're actually in the shed point 2, new and improved. You already know what's happening. BOW!
Let me take you in the shed.
wait. In the shed. It's your host with the most to say sometimes, your boy Hancer. And what's going on, guys? What is going on? I haven't seen you guys in a little bit. Last time we caught up, I left you guys with a short one because of the unfortunate news of a friend of mine, Arlette's passing, a co-worker of mine. So shout out to Arlette. Shout out to the family. Sending condolences. But I hope you are having a great summer. And this is the topic of conversation every time we speak throughout these weeks of summer. So how's your summer going? Because if you're not living it up to the most, then what are you doing? I don't like the beach, but I've been to the beach a few times this summer already. Trying to get some color in. Y'all let me know. Maybe I'll look back on the clips and see if I was paler before. Now I got a little color on me. But the beach has been fun this summer, which is a surprise to me. I usually don't like going. You go to the beach, and depends, I guess, what beach you're going to here in Long Island. We got a few options, but if you go to Royal Moses, most of the fields got that dirty water. So I've been field number 2, and the water's been okay. Doesn't look too dirty, and the waves were good. Usually I don't like the beach because you go to the beach, it's too hot out, and you're burning up, and then you go to the water, and the water is way too cold. So you're kind of like, where do I stay? This year, Field 2 has been kind to me with the cold water, and it hasn't been that bad. So I've been enjoying it. I've been enjoying the summer. Or the beach, rather. Summer, definitely been enjoying. I've been in and out of my pool. Y'all see my pool. I showed you guys a couple episodes ago. I've been out of my pool, enjoying that. And recently, I was actually swimming with my nephew, Jaden. So maybe I'll roll some of that. Roll some footage of Jaden and I swimming in his swimming pool. His swimming pool, my 5-year-old nephew, it's way bigger than my swimming pool. But then again, at that age, you're not really taking care of it. Your dads take care of it. So my brother's been taking care of the pool. Been in the pool, my nephew Jaden. That's been a lot of fun watching a little guy swim. Swims like a little tadpole, and he doesn't like to get out the pool. You know, summertime, he wants to be in the pool all day. My brother tells me he gets out on some days at 10 p.m. Comes out shriveled up like a raisin. He's bugging. Jaden's bugging. I'm gonna turn into a mermaid one of these days. Well, yeah, the pool's been great. Jaden and I have had a ton of fun, but it's all about enjoying the summer. Summer's not over, so let's see. What else have I done before I get to Kill Tony? Y'all see the title of the video. Y'all know what you're here for. Before I get into Kill Tony, you guys already know I got the Regal Movie Pass, so can't go a week without me bringing you guys what I've been watching. So I saw Bad Guys 2 the other day, and honestly, I was really excited to watch Bad Guys 2. I know, Bad Guys 2. My nephew's probably excited to watch Bad Guys 2, but I was excited to watch Bad Guys 2, and guess what? Disappointment. I was disappointed. I thought the movie was going to be hilarious. I thought that we were going to have jokes in every corner. The hell do I know about jokes? I went to go find out. Turns out the movie wasn't even funny. They were dead ass about the heist they were doing. If I want to see a movie about a damn heist, I'm going to just watch Agent 000. I said that wrong. I'm going to just go watch Agent 007. I ain't going to watch no damn Bad Guys 2. Anyways, I ain't here to talk about that negativity. I ain't here to bash on the movie. I ain't no director. I'm only a host with the most. What else I saw? I saw Weaponds. Weaponds was good. I liked Weaponds. A lot of talks about Weaponds. It's trending actually now. Everyone's talking about it. I think it was a good movie. I don't follow the mob of internet haters that are like, let's watch this movie, and if it's not a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, if you don't got an Oscar going with it, it sucks, it's overhyped, the trailer made it seem like it wasn't, blah, blah, blah. It's a good movie. I'll give it an 8.8 out of 10. I think that's what I gave it the other day. I hope my rating hasn't changed or whatever. It's a good movie. I liked it. Go watch Weapons. After Weapons, I saw Together. Since I got the Regal app, I don't be looking at no trailers. I don't be like, let me find out what the movie about, and then I see it. I got the pass. I just be like, boom, the poster look cool, the name look cool, boom, I'm gonna go see it. So together, all I see is a couple on the poster. They look like maybe a little hug, a little kiss action. So I thought it was a romantic movie. I was like, whatever. Let's go watch this romantic movie. It's probably gonna be whatever. The Fault in Our Stars, The Notebook. Whatever. I'll give it a shot. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the romantic movie that changes my life. So waiting for the movie. I usually buy like a week before, a couple days before. Plan my next week ahead. Now that I got that trusty planner, I don't got it on me. But now that I got that planner, I could really plan this stuff. Week before the movie, a couple days before the movie. I don't remember when it was. I'm looking at the poster. And these motherfuckers' lips are like intertwined. They're like in each other. And that's when I was like, nah, bro. What kind of freaky dicky shit is happening here? So I read the description of the movie. And it doesn't say nothing about romance, no romantic, nothing. It's a straight up horror movie. So I was like, oh, hell nah. It's going to be a scary movie. And that's when I really, really got excited. I was like, oh, ain't no gonna be no bullshit, kissy kissy, no. So when I watched together, that's a good movie. That movie I liked. And listen, to each their own. If you're not into that freaky dicky, maybe you won't like it. But if you're into people going inside of each other together, and I ain't talking about inside of each other, you know what I mean? I'm talking about inside of each other, actual. So that was freak as fuck. Everybody in the theater was but it was a good movie though. Good story. I don't know about great story, but good story. Jump scares, nasty freaky deaky stuff. It got a little bit of everything. Gore, some goriness in there, some nasty scenes. Anyways, watch together. And you be the judge. I was gonna watch Top Gun. It's not called Top Gun. Some with a gun, Naked Gun. I was gonna see Naked Gun. Something. Is it number 1? Maybe it's number 2. Maybe Nobody's number 2. See, I'm losing track of all these names of the movies. Anyways, I was gonna go see Naked Gun, I think. That came out the other day. I purchased it for last Thursday. And I just realized now that that came and went. So whoever saw that, I hope you enjoyed. Whoever got my seats, I hope you enjoyed. Freakier Friday, I gotta watch. There's still a bunch of movies I gotta watch. But anyways, that's my weekly movie for you guys. What else have I been doing? Went shopping recently, doing a little shopping because I'm planning a Puerto Rico trip. I want to take my mother to Puerto Rico, so did a little shopping. I was at the outlets the other day, got a couple bags of stuff, and I bought a couple of stuff for my cousin. So shout out my cousin Jose Miguel. I'm gonna go visit him in Puerto Rico, bring him a couple things. So my mom and I are planning that. Which I went shopping the other day. Recently, you know, I told you guys, I think 3 episodes ago, that Joanna was telling me about her planner. She's been jealous. I've been telling Joanna, I gotta get this planner. The way I see you do your thing, the way I see you plan everything, you're so organized. So guess what, guys? Joanna walks into work the other day and hands me my own personal planner. What? So Joanna walks in the other day and tells me she bought me a planner herself. My prayers were answered. I want to be more disciplined. I want to be more organized. I don't like forgetting stuff. There's so many things that I want to accomplish. I'll write down. You tell me something, and then I write it down, and then I, poof, forget about it. Got some stickers on the planner. Joanna got me this planner, and oh, now we're going to get organized. Got some quotes on there. Now we're going to get organized. We're going to be on top of our stuff. You can see I got the month of August all filled out. Got to be on top of my stuff. Speaking of, see this? This is so helpful. Dad's birthday tomorrow. Never remember anyone's birthday. Now I'll make sure I never miss them. This is going to save me so much time, and it's going to bring so much joy. Thank you so much, Miss Joanna. I'm so happy. Maybe I could roll some footage of me receiving this at work, because, you know, I got footage of everything, guys. The whole point I started the podcast, because I got footage of everything, and I want to share, I want to show you guys. So we're going to roll that up so you guys can see it. Joanna walked in and surprised me with a little planner. I was flipping through it at work. I love that thing. I carry it with me everywhere. I leave it in my car, and the moment, let's say, I go into my doctor's appointment, come back, let's say I just saw my primary, I'm gonna have it right there in the car, and then whatever the doctor told me, whatever meds I gotta pick up, whatever appointment I just made, right there in the planner. Boom. Go into everything. I got my to-buy list, my to-do list. So when I go grocery shopping, when I do my Target runs, got the planner in the car. Floop, floop, floop. Yep. Boom. Amazing. So that's the planner. If you don't have a planner, get yourself a planner, man. Every day we're moving away from being physical with stuff, you know, like we're on our phone. We got everything on our phone, on a tablet, on a computer, whatever it is. We got our calendar in there. We got our notes. We write everything in there. We're not really physically doing it. We're not really training our brain or exercising. We're not exercising our brain on the regular things that needs to exercise with. Our attention span is the attention of a goldfish. We be on TikTok 24/7. Go back to writing stuff. Let's go back to reading physical books. We gotta go back to, in a lot of ways, in some ways, how we used to be, you know, before we got into this fast lifestyle that we're in. But anyways, what was I rambling about? Whatever. What is this episode gonna be about? Welcome back to InTheShed, guys. What am I talking about? Welcome back to InTheShed, guys. This is the home of positivity, the pathway to connection. This is where we get together every week and we talk about it. We just talk about it. I'll tell you guys about Kill Tony in a little bit, and I got something else that I'll get someone in to come in and tell you a little something. But before we get into that, let's talk about forgiveness. Are you a forgiving person? Let's talk about forgiveness. Are you a forgiving person? Or are you the type of person that, let's say you argue with someone and you just let time take it away? Like you had an argument with someone yesterday through text, or maybe a call, and it's ended up pretty nasty. And then you know, like, yeah, I'm going to see this person in 2 days. So you're just like, whatever. In 2 days, it won't matter. So in 2 days, I'll see them like nothing ever happened. Oh, what's up? Hey, yeah, how are you? Oh, my God, yeah, everything's good. Or are you the type of person that wants to talk to that person about it? You know, let's sit down. Let's talk about it. Tell me how you feel. I'll tell you how I feel. Let's find common ground. That's the type of person I am, you know. Let me know how you feel. Because I don't believe you feel that way unreasonably, you know? Whichever way you feel. I don't think you feel that way unreasonably. So, tell me how you feel. I'm going to try my best to understand it. I'm going to tell you how I feel. And I'm hoping that you do the same. I'm hoping you treat me the same way that you try to understand where I'm coming from, what my point is. Because we each have feelings, you know? And we should try to care about each other's feelings, right? People around you, your coworkers, your friends, your family members, man, your family members. Or are you the type of person that's like, oh, whatever, I forgave them, I forgot about it, but I don't have to ever see them again. I don't have to ever speak to that person again. Some people are like that, and it's true. You could forgive someone and move on, and that's it. But I've met so many people that they're like, yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't care. It's not a big deal. But they don't let it go. They just hold that in there. They don't let it go. They keep that in there, and they don't know, but that heaviness in there, it's almost the same as if that person was with you right there and you're arguing with them. Don't just let that don't hold it. Don't hold it in there. Don't hold it in there. Move on, forgive them. But if you feel that feeling in there, then you're not doing it. It's not, your body's not doing it, your mind can't do it. Maybe you really want to, but you just can't do it. Some people need closure. Some people need to actually, you know, maybe a little face to face with that other person. But we have to forgive. We have to, because forgiveness is not about the other person. It's not. It's not about them feeling a certain way. It's not about you give them anything. Forgiveness all starts here. It all starts with you. And why would you even just want to give that person power over you, you know? Person comes up to you, you know, screw you, screw you, F you this, F you that, whatever it may be. Why would you allow that person to have all that power over you that now they're going to dictate the way you feel, the way you're going to react, the way you're going to feel the next day or tomorrow? Imagine if you texted that person every time they cross your mind. You wouldn't do that, right? Because you'd be like, no, I'm not letting them know they're important. Why are they that important? That you have them on your mind 24/7. That you can't physically let that go. Can't physically let that go. Giving that person so much power. A person that you weren't born with. It's not your twin. Maybe it is twin. A person that maybe you met the other day. Maybe you met a year ago. It doesn't matter. Why would you allow that person to have so much power over you? Think about it, because it's true. That feeling you feel in there is stress. It's stress, it's anxiousness, whatever it is, it's a heaviness. We need to learn how to let that go. And sometimes forgiveness doesn't even involve the other person. Maybe you can just forgive them on your own. Maybe we could look at ourselves in the mirror and go, that's okay that happened. It's okay that that person treated me that way, and I know I deserve better, but it's okay. I'm going to go get better. God is going to give me better, because I deserve better. Don't let another person change who you are as a person. No one should ever have that much power over you. No one. But enough of forgiveness. You know what? Let's get into the fun stuff. Ramble a little about forgiveness there. If that message applies to you, you already know that's you. If that doesn't apply to you, then I know what you're here for. You're here for that Kill Tony. But before we get to Kill Tony, we had a cowboy party the other day. Had a cowboy party the other day. And got ready for the cowboy party. I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this justice. It's better if I get a friend of mine to come tell you guys how this went. I'll get him. Give me 1 second. I'll get him. Just give me 1 second. I got someone that will really tell you how this went. I got you right here. Give me 1 second. How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? You know who it is again. It is the New York Cowboy. Yeehaw! I see my assistance have been requested for this one. How you guys doing? How's everybody going? What'd you bring me out here to do? Oh, you wanted to talk about that? Really? I don't think that's that funny. Yeah. All right. I'll tell him all about it. Excuse me for that one. I'm not used to this setup here. I think last time you guys saw me, I didn't have my hat on, so maybe that's why I keep bumping into this thing. Jesus, I'm sorry about that one, guys. That's blasphemy. I should stop saying the Lord's name in vain. How's everybody doing today, man? What was that? Oh yeah, that's right. That's what you brought me here for. So I was brought here out there today, guys, to tell you guys about what happened last weekend. Last weekend we were at the place. Him and I were at the place. We were invited to this party, a little party action. They told me it was a cowboy party, so you know how to show up. You know me, I never take this off. Those people only fake it for the day. I wear this all the time. And that's what the New York Cowboy does. Anyway, I showed up, went to the party. You're a funny guy. Went to a party, and I showed up over there, and then what was that? So I showed up over there, and then I got, it's a birthday party. It was a cowboy birthday party. Maybe the birthday was on the side and the cowboy party was on this side. I don't even know. So I showed up to the party and got the birthday gift or something. Got a little bag for that one. So maybe I'll put on pictures of the whole gang together at the party. And whatever we had for the time, have a couple drinks with him. Shot with a birthday girl. We had a shot with her all together. We had a couple beer skis. We had a little coconut margarita going around. You know me, but I like my Bickel balcons. That's all I like. Just straight, just shots and straight. That's all I like. Maybe on the rocks, maybe not on the rocks, depending what day it is. Anyways, Anyways, so I had a great time. We were there an hour or two, you know. And then they tell me, oh, it's time for the bowl. Listen, kids at home. I'm there with a bull, especially if it ends with shit. We don't like none of that stuff here. But after I clarified with them, they told me we ain't talking about no bull and no shit. We talking about the bull itself. So, the whole bull to be exact. So, they set up the little bull action, and I get there, and I'm like, wait a minute. Where I'm from, that ain't the type of bulls we ride. That bull ain't got no damn legs. How the hell that? How am I gonna get on this bull and the bull gonna stay up and got no legs? So AI is getting crazy. This robotics technology AI is getting crazy because when they show me this bull, they told me that's how it works. You know, the bull you get on and it moves by itself. I told them where I'm from, we never seen nothing like that. So I asked them, this AI, this is what artificial intelligence is doing. They messing with the bulls. Anyways. We get on the bull. We hop on the bull. I thought I was doing mighty fine. You know, I've ridden bulls like those before. I thought it was my first time on that one. I was doing mighty fine. So I get on the bull. Bull's trying to kick me off. I'm straightened. I'm chilling. I'm straightened. I'm hitting the bull with the hat. I'm hitting the bull with the open palm. Whatever make this bull buckle battle, ain't nothing working. At one point, I think I did a little, you know, put my leg on over the other one when I was up there to really stunt. But that's besides the point, because they stopped me up, and I was like, "What's going on here?" And they were like, "No, we're gonna stop you up, and then we're gonna get it going again." I'm like, that made no sense. Where I'm from, we don't do that. You start me up, we ain't gonna stop. So start me up, they stop me, and then they're like, "We're gonna start you up again." You'll see in the footage. I'm not happy about this. Anyways, I ain't what they got me here for. Not to complain. So we started the bull again. And this is what you want to see. So we're going to roll that one right now so you see what I'm talking about. Come on, boy! Y'all see what just happened there? Ooh. The New York Cowboy wasn't ready for that one. I don't know who put something in my drink, because I thought I had one, maybe 2 drinks. Turns out there's 1 and 2 drinks, felt like 4 drinks. Whatever. I get up the damn bull, or the bull gets me over him. I don't know. Everywhere I go, guys, I lead with the leg, you know? So I was leading with the leg, and I ended up on the side of somebody's head. Man, Lord, forgive me. I did not mean to do this. I end up on the floor, as you'll saw, face up. I got my boots on top of me, literally, in the video and literally. I got my boots on me. I'm like, man, that's some shit. So I got up. I'm dizzy. I'm seeing double. I don't know what's happening. I'm trying to, you know, find out what's happening. At one point, I grab, who was it? I grabbed somebody by the shoulders. I was like, who am I looking at? Did I do great? I don't know. They're like, you did amazing, man. Get that way, you know, too much going on. So I go sit down, try to get my wits back. Excuse me. I'm trying to get my wits back. And I'm dizzy. I can't see nothing. I'm sitting. And they come up to me. Who's there? My coworkers. My coworkers come up to me and they're like, yo, that was funny. How's the guy? I'm like, how's who? Who's the guy? And they're like, the guy you hit. And I'm like, the guy that, what are you talking about? The guy I hit? What are you talking about? Whatever. 2 minutes pass by. Birthday girl shows up and she's like, you good? I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine. And they're like, all right, did you apologize? And I'm like, apologize to who? Wait, that's the second time somebody said that to me. What are you talking about? She's like, my boy, you kicked the dog shit out of my uncle. I'm like, nah, you're freaking lying. as she's telling me that, I'm watching that same video we just seen together. And I get kicked off that bull. And I see me leading with my leg. Like I tell you, I lead with the leg. So I'm leading with the leg in the air. Pop her uncle right in the side of the head. So she's like, yeah, my uncle over there. So she points at uncle. Uncle's on the floor still. It's been at least 5 minutes. He's on the floor still, holding his head. Oh, my Lord. So I go up to the uncle, and I'm like, I seriously hit you? He's looking at me like I got 3 heads. Not a word came out of his mouth. I don't even know if he could speak. Anyways, that's not even funny. Anyways, they took the brother to the hospital. Brother was in the hospital till 5 in the morning. Turns out he's fine. But I don't think that uncle going to parties ever again. Or at least to cowboy parties. If you know what I'm saying. But anyways, I think after that, and they took him to the hospital, I'm pretty sure I packed up and I left. It was time for the New York Cowboy to go. I ain't gonna stick around for that. Yeah. But you know what, guys? Out of everything that happened that night, that was the highlight of the night. We're gonna leave it at that. The New York Cowboy ain't got nothing else to say to you guys about that. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Okay, so I'm back. How was that? You guys like that? He's funny. Shout out the New York Cowboy. Shout out the New York Cowboy. He had me weak. You saw him fly off that bull? Nah, he's something else. Maybe in a couple of weeks they're gonna have the New York Cowboy come in and sit down with me. He just had to come in and he had to go. He just had to tell you guys a little bit about that, and then he had to bounce. Maybe in a couple of weeks I could get the boy in here, and then we could have a little proper sit down, ask him how it be going down over there in Texas. Anyways, where was I? I just had a little intermission. Where was I, guys? You know what? Let's get into some Kill Tony, guys. Let's get into Kill Tony.
Hey, this is Redman! From Madison Square Garden here in New York City, for a brand new episode of Kill Tony. Give it up for Tony Hinchman!
So Kill Tony was this weekend. That's why this episode's a little late, guys. It's a little late because, you know, Kill Tony was this weekend. Had so much fun at the show. I've been a fan of Kill Tony, of the actual show, for about a year now. I only found out about it last year. I was around for the Tony getting canceled back over Puerto Rico, but I never sat down and actually watched his show. So whatever. I seen the bros. He's funny. Whatever. So last year one day I took time, and then I don't know where I was. I don't know if I was here. Maybe I was just needed something to listen to, like a podcast. But I looked it up. I was like, whatever. Kill Tony. It's a comedy podcast. Why not? Boom. I watched it and I fell in love with it. Unfiltered, uncensored jokes. Everything goes. Everyone has a good sense of humor. What more do you want? So, Kill Tony, it's a live show / podcast setup. Tony Hinchcliffe hosts it, producer Red Band. He sits on his table on stage, brings in one or maybe 2 guests. Sometimes no guests. Actually, does he always have a guest? I think he always has a guest. I'm mistaken on that one. So there's always a guest, and it's a live show. So he brings in his guests. They're funny, usually comedians, maybe for famous celebrities. And he has his crew, the Kill Tony crew, which are his comedians, you know, young up-and-comers. He's met most of them on that show. So they come out and do a minute, and they make the crowd laugh. Tony interviews them, whatever. But the spiciness of the show is that you, as an audience member, when you get there, you can, if you want, not everyone has to, but you can write your name down, and you can submit it into the bucket. And during the show, Tony picks out a name. They go get that person front of the audience, and then you get to do a whole minute uninterrupted in front of the crowd. Try to make them laugh, hit them with your best jokes, personal stories, whatever you is. Maybe you came prepared with a whole minute. Maybe you just decided to sign up on whatever. And then you're going to embarrass yourself. So get a minute on stage, make everybody laugh, or just bomb and not be funny. And then Tony will interview you after the minute. If you sucked, you're probably going to get made fun of. If you were great, congrats, you were great. Maybe he'll bring you back. Maybe you just became a top-notch comedian just from that appearance. Maybe everyone thinks you're hilarious. The next big thing. But a lot of people kind of suck. They're not used to, they're not used to being in front of a crowd. Maybe I've seen a lot of people that's the first time trying it out when they get up there. And it's nerve-wracking. The crowd starts booing you, Hydration break. So yeah, boom. So that's the gist of it. Get in, do a minute, make the crowd laugh. A little interview after. You can plug your social, whatever you got going on. Okay. Live show at Madison Square Garden. Bought tickets a few months back. I would say like 3 months ago. Definitely I brought some footage so you guys know what I'm talking about. But got nice seats. Boom. I show up there. I'll say at like 4:45. You had until 5 p.m. to sign up, from 3 to 5 p.m. I showed up at 4:45. Got off the train. I was like, I got some time. I wanted to sign up. Because, what do you mean? You get a chance to get on stage? Bring out the best jokes? Trust me, guys. I got some jokes. I'm going to save them for my minute. You ain't going to hear it here in the shed, but I got jokes. So, got a couple jokes written down, Went a little prepared. Got a minute written down. Never practiced it. Never really practiced it. But that's how confident I was. So, show up. Boom. Get in line. Boom. Line is moving. Boom. Then this guy comes up to me. This worker-looking guy. He's like, "You signing up?" And I'm like, "Yep." And he's like, "Are you a comedian?" No, I ain't no liar. So I'm like, I'm not a comedian. I'm not an official comedian, And he's like, why you want to sign up? And I'm like, what you mean why I want to sign up? Isn't that what people come here? Is Kill Tony. You sign up, put your name in the bucket, hope your name gets pulled. Ain't that the whole point of the, So he's like, you ain't signing up. And I'm like, huh? So I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, you're not signing up. And I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm like, what are you talking about? Because look at me in my face like a man and just explain things to me, Oh, we ended it already. It's too close to 5. We're filled up. Whatever it is, just tell me. We're not taking any more people. Whatever. We're only taking real comedians. Tell me that. And I'll be like, sure. Whatever. I shrugged my shoulders. I kept walking online. So another guy is a little forward, another worker. So I get up to him, and he's like, "Are you signing up?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "That dude told you no." And I'm like, "Okay." He's like, "What are you gonna tell me no?" And he's like, "Well, if he says no, you can't go in." And I'm like, "Why can't I sign up?" And he's just looking at me, and I'm just looking at him. So I just keep walking. So he goes and tells the dude, like, oh, he's not really listening. So dude comes back up to me again, the first dude, the original dude, and he's like, "Dude, I'm serious. Are you a comedian? Are you not a comedian?" And I'm like, "I'm not an official comedian, but I'm here to sign up. I'm here to sign up." He's like, "You got jokes?" He looks at me with a straight face. He's like, "You got jokes?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got jokes. I tell jokes every day." And I started cracking up. I thought it was pretty funny. I don't know, man. He probably expected a clown to show up with the pain on the nose, whatever. I don't know. So he's like, "Dude, are you ready to perform in front of 60 million people live?" And I'm like, "Yes, dude. Like, I watched the show. I know it's nerve-wracking. I know if I suck, I suck. Everyone's going to make fun of me. Whatever. It's what I'm here for." Whatever. So, keep walking. The second guy is in front of me again. He's telling me no again. And I'm like, "Listen, dude, I don't want no trouble, but is there a reason?" And he's like, "Well, he handles it." He points out the first guy. He's like, "He handles it. If he says no, and it's a no." And I'm like, He's like, it's not my call. I told him, I was like, yeah, all right, whatever. I was like, I understand. I was like, if that guy's not gonna really let me, then he's not gonna let me. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna make a ruckus. And plus, I'm still trying to get in and watch the show. So I told the girls, all right, it's fine. Thank you for your time. I told him, maybe he doesn't owe me an explanation, but I just want to know why, But whatever. Gave him a hand because I don't want to be disrespectful. I told him, thank you. So I got out the line, and some random dude came up to me and was like, dude, you went to sign up and didn't let you? And I was like, yeah. He was like, it's some BS, man. They tell you can sign up, and then they don't let you sign up. And I told him, I was like, yeah, I'm just mad at them not letting me know why, but it's not that big of a deal. So he goes, did you watch the one last year when they were at Madison Square Garden? I was like, yeah, what about it? And he was like, kind of sucked. He's like, people weren't that funny. So I was like, oh, okay. So you mean like maybe they're just trying to make sure it's funny this time? Like they're trying to make sure we don't got a random guy that got a random podcast from Long Island that just wants to get in here. And then maybe he has a humiliation fetish. So maybe he gets up there, he doesn't do good at all, and they boo him, and then he loves that shit. They trying to prevent people like that from signing up and wasting people's time. And to lay off their back a little bit, once I did get in and I sat down, I noticed on the screen that the Netflix logo popped up, and Tony confirmed it. That was a special film for Netflix. So that makes sense. That makes sense. They don't want to just put that on Netflix and it's not funny. So if they started with that, I completely understand. But whatever. It's fine. August 25th on Netflix. That's going to be lit, guys. I can't wait for you guys to see that. Catch me in the crowd. Find me in the crowd. I'm sure I'm there cracking up. Anyways. Back to the story. So I get offline. Whatever. And listen, guys. The devil was trying to play me. Had the pay-per-view that night, which we'll get into that in a little bit also. Dricus du Plessis versus Hamzat Chimaev. Had that night, so I was already nervous about that. And I was like, oh man, I just hope I make it home before the pay-per-view or the main event ends. Was almost late to the sign-up on the train. So stressing about that. I get online and I go to take out my phone out of my pocket, and it turns out I have my AirPods in there. And my AirPods, like the case comes out, opens up, and then drops on the floor, and the AirPods go everywhere. And when you're in the city and you're walking, and you got those grates on the side of the sidewalk, and you see like the sewage down there, and it's just like it has a bunch of holes, the middle pieces that got a bunch of holes. One of my AirPods goes through there. The other one is barely hanging on through the hole. It's like just there on top of the hole, barely hanging on. So I'm able to grab that one, but I lost one of my AirPods. So that sucked, and that could have ruined my whole night, but it didn't. So that's fine. It's fine. Night kept going. I still had a great night. Didn't let that get in the way. The devil was trying to play me, but I didn't let him. So what happens when you look the devil in the eyes? When the devil's trying you, you look at him in the eye and you tell him, you know what? I see what you're doing. Whatever. You ain't got no power over me. So I get turned away from that line. I turned around and I started walking away. I was like, maybe I'll go get a little smoothie action. Maybe I'll go get me a little hot dog action. And I turned around. I walk a couple steps, and then face to face, I bump into Kam Patterson. One of the funniest up-and-comers coming up. I was going to say young comedian, but I said up-and-comers. He's not really an up-and-comer anymore, man. The boy Kam is making a name for himself out here. I believe he debuted as a comedian on Kill Tony on the show, so you could see his growth since the beginning. And now he's going around selling out shows, hosting shows. I believe today he's hosting the Kill Tony band in the city of Manhattan. So shout out the boy Kam Patterson. Bumped into him. He could tell I recognized him. I was like, so he's looking at me. He could tell I recognize him. I'm looking at him, and I'm like, holy shit. It's Kam Patterson. Started cracking up. Gave him a dap up. Took a couple pictures with him, so we'll roll that footage, Kam and I. So right away, I was like, oh my lord, this is going to be such a great night. Just for meeting Kam Patterson right there, that was a sign from God, because the devil will give you this, will give you that, will put this in front of you, but God will give you the signs. That was the sign that told me Oh, you're in for a treat tonight. So took a couple pictures with Kam, chopped it up a little bit. Wished him luck, good luck up there. Went, got me a smoothie. Strolled around the city for a little bit. And then I went back to the venue. Got back online, waited my time, and then got inside. Seats were amazing. I love the seats. I love where I was at for the price I got them. Pretty good seats. So I was happy with that. We got to see the band perform before the live set. Then on the live set, we had Tony come out. He brings out Matt Rife as the first guest and Mark Norman as the second guest. So right away, I was like, that's a panel. This is going to be good. Had some good performance out there. He brought out some good comedians. Joe DeRosa was out there. Matt Ari Madi was out there. Obviously, the Willie Montgomery was out there. Bunch of famous people brought out. He brought out Nate Diaz. I wrote out whatever footage I got when the boys were out. Such a blast. Such a good time. It was a fun night of jokes. And after the night, got out of Kill Tony, took the train back, and made it back home for the last 3 fights of the main event. So that was fire. It was MVP Jared Cardinier, the Rowan Murphy Aaron Pico, and the main event Hamza Shemaev versus Dracus Duplessis. So let's run through the main card real quick. First fight of the main card, we had Tim Elliott versus Kaya Sakura. Kaya Sakura, first fight in the UFC was last time out against Pantoja. Comes into the UFC for the first fight. They throw him against the champion. Pantoja sort of embarrassed him a little bit, submitted him pretty fast. I think it was a first round sub. Kai came out of this fight. He said he wasn't ready for the title fight. He knew he wasn't ready. He was at blah, 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 making adjustments. Let's do it this time. Comes out, was getting some good striking in on the first round with Tim Elliott. And he's a better striker than Tim, so that was expected. He's a boom, 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 giving him the good striking on the first round. Second round comes in. He's getting some good shots in on Tim Elliott. But Tim, awkward style. He got weird stuff going on with his hands. Ends up getting a takedown, I believe, with a minute and some seconds on the second round. So Kai reverses and ends up on full guard. And Kai has no submissions. So how are you going on guard against someone like Tim Elliott who has the advantage on the floor? You're kind of just like, I'm going to sit here. You do whatever you want to me. Kai should have held him tight, closed the space so he doesn't have so Tim Elliott couldn't really get anything submission out, couldn't really wiggle around. Maybe stall for the last 45 seconds, a lot of time, but maybe just held him installed. Make sure Tim couldn't get anything off. They didn't do that. Goes on full guard. Tim Elliott is able to scramble out and gets a guillotine out, and he submits him pretty quick. Submits Kyle Sakura, second round submission. Veteran Tim Elliott. Woof. That's a win for Tim Elliott. Kyle Sakura is a two-time former risen bantamweight champion. So good on Tim. He now Kai is 0-2 in the UFC, so gotta be careful. You never want to go 0-3 in the UFC. Never want to be having 3 losses in a row, because then that's when the company starts thinking of cutting you. For the second fight of the main card, we had MVP versus Jared Cannonier. Regular MVP stuff. Moving back, karate stance. Dropped Jared in the second round. I believe he dropped him in the second. MVP doesn't really push for the finish. So Jared was able to get up after he was knocked down. He didn't finish him. And then we make it to the third round. And guess what? Jared has him down. He took him down. And he's holding him down almost for the whole round. So it's the type of stuff you don't want to see. If you have the chance to finish your opponent, try to go for the finish. No, people feel like MVP's in there playing around a lot of times. That he just plays with his food, doesn't finish his opponent when he should. But I ain't the fighter, man. What do I know? I think there was another fight in here that I'm missing, because it was Iron Pico, MVP, Oh, yes. We had Carlos Prates versus Jeff Neal. Was forgetting about this one. This one ended in the first round. Both men were hitting each other back and forth, back and forth. Nasty strikers. And then at the end of the first round, I believe it was, almost at the buzzer, Carlos Prates throws a spinning elbow and boom! Hits him on the side of the head. Jeff Neal goes down, starts bleeding right away, and he's sleeping. First round KO by Prates. It was like 4 minutes and like 59 seconds. It was like a minute or two. A minute. It was a second or two before the round ended. So shout out Prates for that performance bonus on that one. We had Leron Murphy, not Leon. Leron Murphy versus Aaron Pico. Another one. Aaron Pico, coming from the Bellator and the PFL, hype prospect, undefeated, coming to the UFC. They were giving Movsar Ebilov, which is like ranked number 3, top 5 fight. Movsar pulled out. Instead, they gave him Leon Murphy, who I believe is either ranked number 5 or number 6. So, right there, close to a title shot with Aaron Pico and Leon Murphy, both undefeated guys. Leron, I think it's like 17-0-1 with 1 draw, and Aaron Pico is like 11-0, I believe. So, boom. First round. I think this was on the second round. Yeah, I think it was on the second round. So, first round comes out. Aaron Pico strikes with Leron, puts it on him. He probably won the strike exchanges in that, so you can give round 1 to Pico. Then round 2 comes up, and now it's more back and forth, back and forth. Pico is a lot of pressure on Pico, kept pressuring Leron Murphy. And then boom, we get to halfway mid of the second round, midway through the second round, and Pico kept pressuring Murphy, and then he was able to time in another spinning elbow, second one in a row, and boom, puts Pico to sleep. He was sleeping. I heard that was a bad one from the people that were in the arena, but that was beautiful spinning elbows back to back. So that was that. Leon Murphy's probably going to fight Volkanovski for the title at the end of this year after that win, after such a cool knockout. Okay, so that's cool. Let's get to the main event of the evening. We had Hamza Chimaev, the challenger, undefeated 14-0, going against DDP Dricus du Plessis, the unorthodox machine that du Plessis is, knocking people out, submitting them with this awkward style that he just looks goofy out there, barely looks like there's any technique, and somehow he gets it done. And then Hamza, who's just relentless pressure, gets you down right away within the first couple seconds of the first round, and there's a good chance you're getting submitted. There's a good chance you're not making it to the second round. Only a few people have made it to the second round, and only Kamaru Usman and Gilbert Burns have made it to the final belt with Hamza. So, boom. This fight went the full 5 rounds. It was a decision, but it was one of the most dominant performances ever performed by a professional fighter, especially a challenger to a champion. Hamza, for the first 4 rounds, du Plessis had landed, I think, 1 strike, 2 strikes for the first 4 rounds to Hamza's like 400. By the end of the 5th, du Plessis had landed a couple more in the 5th round because they were standing for much longer. For the first, second, third, and 4th round was just Hamza, boom, took him down and held him there the whole time. DDP had no answer for Hamza. Who would he train wrestling with, man? He needed to train wrestling with Mountain and Bear to Russia. Crazy, crazy domination by Hamza. New world champion and new. So shout out to him. Chechnagada world champion. And who knows where that division is going to go now? Who's next for Hamza? Kyle and Imamov are going to fight. RDR is ready. Fluffy Hernandez is ready. Who's going to give Hamza a challenge? Those Dricus can't get a rematch after that. Can't get a rematch after that. But it was a great night of fights. Saturday was amazing. Saturday was so much fun with Kill Tony and the fights. Highlight of Kill Tony, I'm trying to think. I don't know. The whole like performance was great. The band was great. Good jokes. At one point, we were booing this one guy that sucked really, really hard. We booed everything he said. This one guy that just every question, his set sucked, and then during the interview part, everything Tony asked him, he just couldn't sound more miserable. Like all he answered sucked. He asked him if he was employed. He was like, "What do you work right now?" And he was like, "I'm unemployed." We booed the hell out of him. This guy's not even paying taxes. This guy's a leech to the society. Anyways. Great night of fights. Great set of Kill Tony. And you know what, guys? I'll leave it on that one. Be more forgiving in life. Appreciate your family. Hug a family member today, guys. You gotta hug your family members. You never know when it's gonna be the last day for them or us in this earth. We gotta enjoy every single day of life. That's what God put us here to. Look for the positive in every negative. That's it. Anyways, you have a safe week, blessed week. God bless you guys. Take care. I'll catch you next week. It's your host with the most, Hancer. It's In The Shed, the home of positivity, the pathway to connection. In the Shed.